Yo, where's Kevin gone? Here he is. Hello. You are here at Leeds House with me, Danny and Kev. We're going to talk about Leeds winning another game yesterday against the Mighty Tigers, as they like to be called, and just how easy it turned out to be in the end. So, how are we feeling after yesterday's game, boys?
Yeah, very good, very good. And a bit nervous for the first couple of minutes because I thought they were okay, to be fair, if I'm being honest with you. But you know, as soon as we got their first goal, I thought it was curtains for them. Really, that sealed it out with a 2-0, and I just thought it was a classic 2-0 win for us in the end.
Kev?
Yeah, it was all right.
Brilliant. So we'll go from the start of the game. We started quite quick, didn't we? Started quite fast, but not really creating anything. And then you could see there was a bit of sort of nervousness and apprehension of, like conceding 6 goals in two home games. You could see that in the sort of when they started coming into it a bit. But we weathered it. We weathered that storm, and didn't really, apart from that Miller little shot from the edge of the area and the other one where he pushed Roden over, didn't really create anything themselves either, did they, really? So, yeah.
I think that... Yeah, I will. I think, yeah, we typical Leeds fashion, we start off really well, and throwing pressure onto them. But then I think we just don't capitalise on chances. It seemed to me that it were either just a bit too slow, just behind, or a touch we ran into trouble. And I just feel like we need to start killing these teams off in the first 15, 20 minutes. It just, because as soon as we started making mistakes, like Rodon were a bit wobbly yesterday for me. The ghost of Liam Cooper lives on in his jersey, doesn't it? I don't know. It's just, I feel like we let them grow into the game because Liam Miller was causing problems for us. And I remember thinking halfway through the first half when we were inviting pressure, these aren't that bad, I mean, they weren't as good as us in the end, but I was just thinking like they're not. The recent results don't suggest that they've been that bad of a team because they were finding 3 players out on the left every time. And I think that was just down to Nonto not tracking back a little bit. Other than that, mate, the first half, you know what I mean? What about you, Kev?
Don't you dare diss Nonto ever again, mate. Don't ever do that. He was one of the best players on the pitch. He doesn't have a position about getting back. He's everywhere. He did get caught offside a few times, but apart from that, he was excellent. He was excellent, mate. So
every time it was him.
Yeah, well, here's what it is. But he was fantastic. It was Aronson's fault anyway. All of it was.
I thought Aronson was fucking amazing, mate.
I did.
I thought he held on for a while, man. I'm really impressed by him coming in, actually, Aronson, yesterday. I thought he looked like so comfortable. I'm like, what the fuck is this player? Who is he?
And he had urgency. Sorry, go on, Kev.
Yeah.
No, I was not saying we will go. Well, I guess we'll go to Aronson, but I'm gonna stick with you're talking about that right hand side. I think Jayden Bogle is not a very good defender. I thought he's just a bit,
I think it takes. I think it takes time to warm up into games. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he does big time, and he got better as the game went on. But at the start, it was a bit. Yeah, I'm not sold on Bogle defensively. If I'm being honest with you, I really ain't.
Maybe that's why Schmidt is being going.
Yeah, maybe, because
he's not a defensive fullback either, does he?
He's in every position, isn't he? That chap, Schmidt. I think he plays everywhere.
Yeah.
The thing with Bogle, though, he gets back, though. He does get back, and he does cut out a lot of crosses. I know he gets sort of cut out a little bit, but he does work his ass to get back. And the amount of times that he cuts out a cross, gets a corner and stuff, but he gets back in time. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a grower in Bogle as well, because going forward, he is really good. He is really good. He just causes problems.
Yeah. There was that opportunity right early on where he hit the side netting, but he could have crossed it, to Aronson.
He should have.
Yeah, but I think he's seen the glory on it. But I like Bogle. I mean, defensively he's a bit meh, but that's something that can be learned. He can work on being more defensive.
I feel he's making Joe Rodon look bad, like because Joe's been misplacing a lot of passes out to him, and Rodon he can never put a bad pass ever. So I think Bogle's out of position where those passes are going. In my opinion, anyway, that's what I think is happening.
the other thing as well, being that Gray used to sit quite a lot, didn't he? He never used to on us forward as much. Whereas Bogle, you can see why he's been brought in, because he's sort of doing the same thing as what Burpo does on the other side, bombing forward and getting into them ailing positions, for the cutbacks. Obviously, he shot that time. But I don't think he's been necessarily brought in for his amazing defensive abilities, for being honest.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, he might get better being, defending. But he does get back, so we'll give him that for now.
Yeah, I think he probably will get better on the defensive side. I can't moan about his attacking play, his link-up play, especially when those three players are switching around all the time. Nonto, Aronson, they keep switching. Bogle's most of the time he's going to be the whip, so he's always going to be a lot more forward. And this is probably why we're playing two defensive midfielders sitting, so they can probably cover that space. So, well, we've kept 3 clean sheets in a row, so I don't even know I'm worried about defending, man. I'm just being a bit nitpicky, and I am Kev after all. That's what I do.
And you're a Leeds fan as well, because that's what you do.
Yeah. But I don't think there was any crap performances yesterday. I don't think there was any bad ones.
No.
It is what it was. And I do have to give Hull a lot of credit for the way they played the ball around at the back,
Yes.
That was really good, weren't it? The way their keeper, I mean, Louis Coyle had, apart from his fouling against Solomon, he had quite a good game against us. The way they're playing the ball around at the back, I can't remember many teams doing that to us. And I thought, do you know what? Fair play to you, but you still lost.
Yeah, do you know what it was? Do you know what it was for me? It was reminiscent. When we scored. Hull. Do you know what reminiscent? When we played that, we scored that goal against Hull, where we passed it out around the back, and then it went on, and I think it was Tyler Roberts, who plays for Northampton Town, by the way now. Scored that header. It was because their passing, their triangles were really good. They're passing about, it was genuinely good. Because I remember thinking. These lot of their fans are absolutely fuming with this, but you could see what they were trying to do, and some of it were really good. And we were at one point, Nonto were just like a dog without a bone, just sprinting around chasing the ball. But they'll be fine. Hull, I can't say it with H anymore. They'll be fine, I think. But like you say, Louis Coyle, I thought he had a good game.
He did last time he played us as well, didn't he?
Yeah. He always did for one game against Leeds, if I can remember correctly. He's always playing well against us. He always gets stuck in as well. It's like his cup final, and it was,
likes to get one over us. He's got that little bit of dirtiness about him as well, because he's sticking it to his whole team and stuff. But
was he a Leeds lad? No, he's not.
I know he was in the youth academy, weren't he?
Yeah.
I just want to go back to this comment from Sterling. You'll hear me contradict myself 1,001 times over every video that we do, especially when it comes to the defenders on this, mate. So, welcome to Leeds House.
We don't stick to an opinion. If it's changed, we'll change it.
Or a format or a schedule. This is just it. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
How did you think Solomon? Come on.
HMS Elland Float.
Yeah,
Elland Float, mate. Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
we've all been cruising, all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's just get back to some sort of structure here now, lads, because we're just all floating off on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we spoke on Nout the other night about the transfer window, and we were like, oh, this is a bit hit and miss, 6s and 7s, and then we watched the new players play yesterday. I guess. Have any of his thoughts changed on this? We'll run through obviously the 3 lads that were playing yesterday. So I guess we'll start with our resident Israeli international Mana Solomon James. I guess you just want to start with him because I can see he's got you written all over him, and a bit tricky in that. So
yeah. Oh, I think we all agreed that having him fit and playing a number of games this year, getting up to speed, he'll be dynamite for us. You can see it. Like, he was a bit off it yesterday, but he was still causing problems. And he got a fucking assist first game out of nowhere. I think that was more down to the work of Joseph, though, but he still got an assist.
Credit to Joseph. Yeah. To getting ahead of his man. Credit to Joseph for that.
Yeah.
Bamford
and you can see that No, you couldn't. He'd have smashed it towards a corner flag, or it had luckily hit off his back of his head and looped over or something. But yeah, you can see that even with our small stature up front, that he's got the ability to pick balls to certain people when he's up and firing. So
Zane's probably
very
right.
happy with
But yeah, he was good. I enjoyed him. He's twinkle toes, and he's really good. Like, he turns really fast. He's got low center of gravity. Is he smaller than Nonto as well? I mean,
not that way. He ain't. He looks like Shaqiri. He reminds me of Shaqiri.
Joe, that's not a bad shout, to be fair. But what I were impressed with is how we can change direction really fast, and his ball control. There's one point where it's where Coyle fouled him because he were gone. He literally had to restrain him. But like you said, James, if you keep him fit and he gets more match fitness, because he's going to get more fit throughout the international window. But if he stays fit, mate, he's going to be massive for us. He's going to be massive. Talking about the transfer window, in comparison to other teams that have lost good players and the performances that I've seen and good looking off, I think we're well up there. Easy. We've got it. Well, I won't say easy, but I think we've got to be top 2. Easy. I've just said it again, but you know what I mean. But Solomon, mate, I think he'll be massive for us if he if he stays fit and that knee doesn't snap.
Yeah,
I think what John's put there is Farker manager's minutes is realised that he doesn't need to play in every single game. He doesn't need to play in the games like, I don't know, against Plymouth at home, the games like that. We need him for obviously for the bigger games. I mean, we'd had Dan James out injured yesterday, so I'm guessing we needed him to play. But I think with he just got managers because he's going to get injured at some point because his injury record is terrible. And I guess while we'll just get onto Zane's comment here, I thought we were tactically better with Solomon in that side. There's a lot of good balance to it. And there's a lot of play going down both sides. And we saw that before when we spoke about it on Friday. But yesterday it was evident that instead of just attacking down the left and hoping for Rutter to pick the ball up and play that pass through to Somerville, it seems to be coming from everywhere from across the whole pitch. So yeah, really, really impressed with that game yesterday. We had a rocky patch in it as well, and we were fine. So yeah.
Saints bang on, mate. Saints bang on. I think here's a massive question, right? Going off. Well, I'll ask the question when we talk about Aronson actually, but tactically, I do feel like we are better this season. I said it on Friday, I believe, that I feel like we're not 4 good players in an 11, rather that we're well rounded for the championship, and we have, I mean, Solomon, Ramazani, Tanaka, I thought were brilliant. And do you know what I mean? I feel like for the championship, you got Nonto who's got a bee in his bonnet, just signed a new deal, and you know what I mean. I just feel like we have. It's not copium, and I generally do watching that performance. I do. We need to just tidy things up a bit.
Yeah, but we will do. That will come with time, won't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
More we play with it, it'll improve. The thing is, I like it as well. We talked about missing that number 10 in the transfer window. I think everyone was looking for a statement number 10 to come in. But if you think about the players that we've got up there now, we've got Aronson, Nonto, internationals, Solomon. They can all create, and they all switch around. And I feel like we've got more ways of scoring now. I know it seems mental to see that, but it seems like we've got more avenues to get goals from this season with the different types of players we've got. And when last season we just sort of relying on a bit of magic from Rutter to put a goal, to put an assist in, or giving it to Somerville to sort of do something with it. And you could see when he was not in the game, Somerville, we sort of struggled as a team, didn't we? Because we'd give him the ball and there'd be 2 players on him, and it'd be just passed around. But I think we've got a bit more about us this season. Well, I mean, that's yet to be seen because it's only 4 games in, but it looks that way from my point of view.
4 undefeated games in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a better August. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
we said last season that the by game 15, we said last season when we started, game 15 is probably a good barometer of where we are as a team, because you've got the new boys to come in, and then you've got the solidification of Farke's tactics. Because I think Farke's going to be pushing Bogle and Firpo. I mean, Firpo were just absolutely on fire yesterday. I thought he was brilliant. I hope to God they can sign him to a deal, but I do feel like we are a lot better.
I think we can have a little bit good chat about Firpo in a little bit after we talked about these new signings, because he deserves it. I mean, I saw Luke put something out earlier from OKB saying that at one point he was like a joke player, wasn't he? What me and James were talking about him being a detective because he weren't any good at football.
Detective DJ.
Yeah, detective DJ. We were calling Piroe and that. We said he's running around with his mustache, solving crimes all over the world. And now he's probably like our most consistently best player, man. It's mad. Yeah, it's so good. We'll come to him, I guess. Obviously, Smarty said this as well, and he's bang on, absolutely bang on, I reckon. Because we'll talk about Joseph as well at some point.
Yeah,
we'll talk about Joseph again. Yeah, but yeah, that's perfectly right, and the amount of work that he's putting in, awesome. I can't fault him at all, mate. I'm really, really chuffed with him. All right, so should we talk about our second signing that came on yesterday, a little bit earlier than the third? Laji Ramazani.
Small in stature, massive in play.
Big in name.
Yeah, I was really impressed with him to come on. I think that the thing that sticks out to me the most is about him is they got back and defended, and obviously he's
fast as well.
Got back, defended. He was all over the pitch really, and he's really good at carrying with the ball. And I'll be honest, sometimes last year, one of the things I didn't like about Somerville was that he held onto the ball too much sometimes and weren't laying it off. Ramazani was just like flicking it round to whoever they're playing the 1-2s, and obviously was getting off the attacks quite fast. And again, very positive. And I guess it's now this more, we're going back to that word balance again. We look a lot more balanced already than we did last year. So yeah, he looks good. What do you think about him, James?
Yeah, I think there's a massive emphasis on ball carrying this season, having players that can run with the ball and get us up the pitch, and he looks dynamite for doing that. Even in his YouTube videos, getting the ball and taking on players, passing it off, he looks massive. He looks massive in doing that for us. But I'm really excited once he settles into this. He's gonna. I think we've just bought really, really well, and he's no exception. He looks like a good player.
Even though it was only a 15-minute cameo, I was very impressed. Just his central of gravity, where you expected, he shifted his body one way, and the defender or the midfielder, moved as if he were going to go that way, and he turned and he just passed it forward, and straight away we were on the attack. Just his tight ball control, his body movement, everything about him screams baller to me, and I think he's going to terrorize defenses this season. I genuinely do, mate. I'm not just saying that. I might be getting ahead of myself. I'm very excited to see Ramazani this season, and I think he's only, he can only improve from that 15-minute cameo, because you can't do a lot. Even when, if you look at his position, he was always asking for the ball. Do you know what I mean? He was confident. He wanted it, and then when Firpo passed the ball to Piroe for the second goal, did you see the space he was in?
Yeah.
Even 30 seconds before that, he were making runs, dashing about. I'm really excited for Laji Ramazani, and I think he's got a point to prove. Zayn, behave yourself, mate. your past 3 comments of saying we're fucked, Mr. Negative.
We didn't say baller back in our day, either, did we? What did we say, James? Somebody was really good.
He's a good player.
He's a good player. Yeah. I mean, everything about Ramazani just screams raw, but potential. I mean, there will be some times where he'll probably throw his toys out the pram when he's not getting through as well. He did a little stuff. He pushed that guy in the back, didn't he, when he was running through as well? I was like, oh, when he did that.
I need a bit of feistiness.
Yeah,
play for Leeds.
Well, that's he got 7 yellow cards last season, and that's
in one game.
That's his attitude. Yeah.
So yeah, he looks really good. And then the piece de resistance, whatever you want to call it, AO Tanaka, man. And the minute I watched it, after those first few touches, I thought, shit, this guy's good. And I mean, not as in like goal scoring, box to box good. I mean, as in calm, collected, and elegant. You know, like a Rolls Royce in the middle of the park in the Championship. He's got something as well. You know, and I've never really heard of him, and I've heard his name mentioned like in Leeds circles for the past year. I know Lockie and that spoke about it before and banging on about how good he is. And then he comes on the pitch, gets his own song, and then absolutely just controls the middle of the park. I was like, oh my God. And I thought to myself, Gruev's in the shit here already. The team. And I was like, oh my God, we've actually got a good squad now. Like, even there's good players on the bench that we can have game changers, or people come on to help us control the game when we're winning, like game management players as well. I was like, we're actually all right, you know. And I already think he's better than Kamara already, just by a 10-minute cameo, you know. I was like, yeah.
10 minutes. It was a good 10 minutes, mate. I was very impressed. You know what I was saying about him? Like, I really, it was only 10 minutes, but he was so positive. He was confident for the ball again, calling for it. And he dropped a shoulder at one point. Yeah. And then shrugged off, and he just turned, you know, with his body movement and passed it. He was positive. Kamara, he was good tackling, but he'd always turned sideways or gone backwards because that was his job, you know. You can't blame him. But Tanaka, I mean, let's not forget, he only came in through the door 24 hours ago. So Farkas realised that he's good enough to come on for 10 minutes, you know, albeit we were, 1-0 up, 2-0 up at the time. So
it took him ages to get Gruev in, didn't it? It took him ages to give Gruev some like decent amount of game time. And I was like, he's brought him in immediately, probably because I thought he knew that the game was won. But yeah, what a player he's going to be as well. Just a squad game. Really excited about him, big time.
Yeah, I'm dedicating my life to be a samurai from now on, I think.
Yeah. The thing that we've got now is if you change the players, it doesn't the performance won't dip and the shape won't dip. We've got players that can come in and just take over. But when he come on and we started playing, it's going to sound really mental because he had 10 minutes of a game. It felt like we as a team went to another level because his positioning and his like ability to know where he is at all times. He was getting the balls like really, really close to him. It's like popped off straight to a play without even looking. Like his football intelligence seems like on another level. Yeah.
They say, don't they? The players that scan the pitch know are better players, really. Yeah.
And the
passing he was attempting. Sorry, mate. His passing that he was attempting. That one where he sort of, I called it a samurai kick. You know, where he sort of like sliced it across. It got cut out, but you can see the confidence in how he goes about his game. He looks an absolute steal for what we bought.
Yeah, I know.
Here's a stat from Johnny Cooper. Hull City only completed 13 more passes than Ayo Tanaka did after his introduction as a substitute in the 85th minute.
Oh my God!
Only 13, mate.
You know what?
Yeah.
You can tell with good. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Don. You can tell with good players when they come on the pitch that everybody wants to pass the ball to them. Like you'll see some players come on and they'll have a little bit of a hide and they'll sort of like they'll work it around. But everybody wanted to give him the ball straight away. Everyone was sort of seeing him in space. Like he's good. He can have this ball. Bang, bang, bang. And that's when you can tell that there's a good player on your team because everyone wants to give him the ball. Everyone wants to run through him. Well, go on, mate. Sorry.
Listen to this from Johnny Cooper again. Since Opta began recording championship data in 2013-14, only two players have ever completed more passes than Ayo Tanaka did yesterday, 18, since having been subbed up in the game as late as the 86th minute. Looking forward to see how many he can manage to do in a full 90. So that's a taster of what 18 passes, completed passes. Or maybe, you know, around that in a 10-minute.
I think it might be a good, honestly, make Ampadu a better player by having someone like that around him as well. You know, I know we're talking about this now as if Gruev's not been one of our best players in the last 15, 20 matches as well, but competition is amazing. I'm going to go back to something that Zane's put in here that I started up earlier as well. It's seen that Gruev has had more shots this season, as in more than he did last season. So obviously you can see what they're trying to do with the players and with Gruev getting that little bit forward now as well. So it looks like a complete system change as well as bringing these players in, especially with that 8. Because I mean, we basically played with a 4 and a 5.5 really, but didn't we, when we grew over next? So they were doing a lot of sitting. But obviously, he wants more goals from the field, or at least more creativity from the middle, which we didn't really have apart from Jorginho Rutter last year. So you can sit.
Sorry,
we're just better now. Yeah, we're just better now, aren't we? That's what I said.
That's what I was about to say, mate. It's like, is this the Farke that we saw at Norwich? Now he's got actual players that he wants. Obviously, he wanted a 10, but we never got that. That's the club, because he said as much. That's down at the club. They didn't want to do that. Maybe we'll go for one in January to give us that push. But if we need one, but why not just get a loan in? But anyway, that's obviously further down the line. But my point is, if we can replicate Farke's Norwich in that winning season, where they came to Elland Road and beat us, with your Vrancic and Zimmerman and all that, and and it's not strong. I mean, you've got Sunderland at top of the league, but they're probably last season's Preston. Touch wood. But
you can already see that, Danny, the way going back to where he had that Norwich team when they won the league. I think he couldn't play that way because of Somerville, because Somerville wanted to stay out wide all the time. But with Aronson now and Nonto, you can see that they're coming in field a bit more, because the way Cantwell and Buendia played for Norwich, them two switched positions on that right-hand side loads, and they were basically playing more like inside forwards instead of wingers. You can see that's what Aronson and Nonto are doing. They were switching positions, playing a little bit more centrally instead of out wide. You can see Nonto is in the middle of the pitch load. So I think he's getting now somewhere where he wants his team to be, as in regards to shape, formation, and obviously the first couple of games we couldn't. Obviously, weren't very good, was it? But now he's starting to see it a little bit more, especially with Rutter going. Nonto's main man now, and you can see that he's actually really enjoying it too. So, yeah, you can see a lot more shape and the Farke style, Farke ball. There's a lot more boring, still a lot of boring playing it around at the back and that. But once we get into those final thirds, you can see everybody come alive. It's like a light bulb going above the whole team. All of them start pressing and going in and running into each other's positions. So, yeah, you can see evidence of that coming. Ran over,
but it just go to show, like, again, the signings, the team that picked these players have got it bang on, because they all look good. They all look really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing Schmidt come in as well. So that'll complete the summer signings, and I think we're better than this. I think we're more, like I said, balanced. We've got a lot more options now than we did last year, instead of relying on a couple of players.
I remember Rutter only came good at this time last year as well, because when he scored that goal against Ipswich, wasn't it? That's when he started playing, and then Sinistera left a week later and stuff.
Rutter's been getting battered, by Brighton fans.
I've seen it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I did actually watch that Brighton Man United game. His shooting was a bit wayward, but he didn't really do anything else. They just like kept snapping at shots like he did for us. But yeah, it is what it is. He's going to take time. It took him to settle in with us.
Yeah.
Or he just never settles in his shit.
Yeah, well, it happens, doesn't it?
And he comes back. There's a clause in his contract that he has to come back to Leeds.
You have to take him back.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want him. We've got Ramazani.
Yeah. I've got this one that's John's here as well, and I actually thought about this, because a lot of teams have done this in the past. Even I've seen Man City do it and stuff like that. Tanaka's a great player, but also for commercial reasons, because the Japanese love their football and love the teams that their players play for. And then I've seen all these, like the Japanese football Twitter tweeting about Tanaka and all that, saying they love him over there. He's a great player. It's really, really good for us. And obviously having a good player is the first thing, but the merchandise and stuff like that as well is fantastic. Yeah, brilliant.
Does that mean we're going to see Pokemon
breaking into Gucci?
Yeah.
We're going to see Pokemon mascots going around bloody Elland Road. Pikachu and that.
I want some anime merchandise in the league.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. I'll have that up on the back of my wall. That'll be absolutely brilliant.
Did you see the little video they put out for AO when they signed it? They put the little Leeds sort of. Fucking love that, the little fucking anime sort of.
He speaks better English than you, mate.
Guys, I kept thinking about this low block situation as well. I know I've just obviously cut you off there. Zane's put it right. We haven't really played against maybe Portsmouth, but I mean that was just opening day, weren't it? And how do you think they were going to start opening up these low blocks with these new players now that we've got now? Then, because last year it was Rutter one with the assist to get through these these low blocks, and yeah, we haven't played against a proper one yet, and we ain't going to play one again for probably a few weeks now. how do you think that's going to be broken down? Because we've got good pace and we've got good players, but is there someone that's got that Fernandez passing that side that can do this? I guess
I don't think
Tanaka.
I don't think we'll need that. I think if they're going to go for a low block, I think we'll just try and rather than going, shifting possession over to the wings and trying to run it in, I think we'll actually be more direct.
I do too.
And I think Aronson with his little whip it running will squeeze through the gaps and dummy runs and stuff. I think we're going to be totally different against low blocks. We're yet to see it. It's just going off my opinion. But Aronson were very good. He's winning me over. If he keeps it up like this, he's going to win me over again. But I think he's getting his confidence. You saw that goal, what it's done to him. I'm married, mate. Do you know what I mean? What do you want? Chains and burger stains, like you're in Elland Road. That's what you're going to get, Danny, mate. You need to have a rugged man's background with, I don't know, like logs and that.
Yeah.
DIY.
Yeah. Some drills on the wall, some screwdrivers and that. Yeah.
It's a lumberjack jacket hanging up.
Yeah, but thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Pass me the number 15 wrench, will you? That's really good. All right, forget it. That was crap. Yeah.
About the blow blocks, mate. I think there's going to be a bigger emphasis of, like you say, getting from back to front quicker. So that's where we sort of held it up last year a lot, and we allowed them to get into that position, and then they would just sit.
I've seen this is what I was on about a couple of minutes ago. Here's a question for you: are we better without Rutter? This is the question. Just because we're talking about him now, I want an answer from you. Think about it in the comments as well. Let me know. Are we better with Rutter as it stands compared to individualism that he did last season? What are you saying, Kev?
I think at the minute it remains to be seen, just for vibes, as well. But I do feel we are way more balanced than we were last year. Way more balanced already, just by some of the games. I mean, last year we were losing these games with Rutter in the team. So, yeah, I don't know. It remains to be seen. I would love them to stay, and we'd have got these new players in anyway. But it is what it is, and we'll just have to see how the season goes out. But at the minute, yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to commit to an answer on that. But I guess we'll see where we are at the end of the year.
Okay, we'll come back to the question then. But what about you, James?
No, we're not better without Rutter. I think Rutter in this team would be amazing because he's a great player and he's got so much potential. But I'm not disheartened that he's not in this team right now. If that answers your question, like I'm quite happy with.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, but I get what you mean, mate. I do it.
Yeah.
It's just I saw the question. I just saw the question online and I thought it's worth asking. But if we could come back to it on week 15, like we always do every season, because by then we could be flying or whatever. But it's positive to know that at this point last season we weren't doing so good, but we are better now. I think what are we on 8 points now? Yeah, we're on 8 points, aren't we?
Do you know what? I'm going to agree with you saying I think Aronson scores more goals this year than Rutter did last year for us. I do.
Oh yeah, because Rutter can't shoot for shit. So I think he probably will score a few more goals.
Yeah.
I think he'll have
positions.
More chances as well.
Yeah, he had a decent chance yesterday, didn't he? We've just hit it too near the keeper when it comes to on the edge of the box. Yeah.
I think he was looking for a better angle, but he couldn't get the power behind his shot, if that makes sense, because it came off one of the defenders and it was straight at the keeper. But he's winning me over. I'm liking his passing, even his turning. Where he just turns around and passes it out, and next thing you know, we're on the attack. But
keeps the ball very well.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think the signings are very promising, and I'm looking forward to seeing Schmidt, because he scored a few goals. He scored the night before he came to us, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, we haven't really spoke about Schmidt yet. I guess let's just have a look. I'll get these comments up on the screen for people that comment. Because we seem to be getting obviously a lot about Rutter on here, which is all fair points, really, isn't it? Rutter's moments of brilliance got us off our seats and made us love watching football, being Leeds fans. But I mean, And yeah, he got a lot of assists and stuff, but goals, he did miss a lot of easy chances. And thinking back to some of those games, if you put those chances away, we'd be in the Premier League now. So yeah, but I mean, as John's put here, Joseph, Piroe, and Aronson will all get over 10 goals. I think Joseph will get close
combined.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about Joseph for a little bit.
Well, I want to talk about Schmidt first because I don't know anything about him.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I reckon if Zane's still there, he'll tell us a little bit about Schmidt because he knows obviously loads. He's probably watched loads of videos of him. But I did watch a little bit of him against Trabzonspor. I know, and then he looked good. And I also watched a video of him basically trying to break Nonto's leg. So they're the two things that I know about him so far.
But what is he as well? That he's a ball carrier.
He's the new Dallas, isn't he? He's the new Dallas, really, in reality, positions and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, talk about ball carrying, fantastic.
Well, so this season he's played for. Played for 253 minutes. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist in 4 games.
Yeah,
he's
Oh, the guys,
I like his interviews
right now. Oh, sorry, there's 41 of you watching right now. If you could all leave a like for us, mate, honestly, guys, that would be great. It would help us a lot. So yeah, thank you.
And sub.
Yeah, and sub.
Yeah,
I mean, champs. We keep going back to this a lot more balanced, and I guess Schmidt's probably going to bring that to us as well. But I do think what I've seen so far. What have we left that, Dan?
No, sorry. I just remember someone saying, like, when they put the pre-announcement on, someone said, "Bloody, we've signed Booker T."
Bloody hell! Yeah, no, he looks good, and I think it's competition, especially at the fullback. We haven't ever had that in the last 2 years, and now we've actually got 4 players, and the people that want to come into the side, like Byram, Schmidt, both play left and right. It's just balance again. I just love that word, balance. It's fantastic. But yeah, I think I'll agree with James. I think he might be a very surprising player for us this year, and probably, and like you said, Danny, on the group, that you might chip in with a few goals as well. So I hope so.
Yeah,
just doing the thingy. Yeah. Can you dig it, sucker?
Spinneroonie.
Someone else said it. Someone else said it with Wycliffe's John. But I'm excited to see him play, mate. I'm excited to see him play. We could do with a fullback that can score good goals.
There we go. I asked Zane, and he's answered for us. There we go. How about a fullback with this much physicality and dynamism? His ball striking is amazing. He'll be amazing for us. Cheers, mate. I really need that because I don't know too much about him. I haven't had a chance to watch loads of videos.
New Gary Kelly.
Yeah, well, I hope he's the new Dallas. That's what I want. He play everywhere, centre mid. I mean, I saw like a graph of what positions he's played in since he's been out in Switzerland, and it's like centre mid 15 games, left back 50 games, right back 20 games. It's. I mean, I've probably got those numbers a little bit off, but yeah, we need that. We need that in this team. Big time.
I actually like his interview as well, because they asked the same questions about what made you choose Leeds and blah blah blah. I actually like the way he sort of carried himself. He seems like he's genuinely happy to be here, because it's like they're all really excited for him coming to play in England and stuff. Well, whereas some other players, they just go, "Oh yeah, great club," but they're looking for the next move. But he seems like genuine. Fingers crossed. I won't get too attached, but
They always say the buzzwords, don't they? Oh, it's a big club. I've always wanted to play in England and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I get what you mean, mate. Yeah.
Well, all the new players went down to the COP, didn't they, yesterday, and doing all the things with the fans. Obviously, that's a great initiation for them as well. So they've come into a game, it's packed out. All the fans are singing a song. Tanaka's got a brand new song. It was just the perfect introduction to Leeds yesterday for them. Wait till they get the big games on the midweek, and then you'll see them. But yeah, I'm happy with all of the new signings.
How's the song go?
I'm not singing it, mate. I'll let James sing it. Well, it's tequila.
I don't know how it goes.
Tanaka. Oh, absolutely brilliant.
Have you?
Can we talk about the goal?
Yeah, let's talk about Mateo Joseph James. Yeah, it is pronounced Al though, isn't it? Al. properly. Just want to let everyone know that again.
Yeah.
And put it in as well. Yeah. There we go.
Tanaka.
Yeah.
In English, it's AO. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I think
great piece of
Joseph is incredible. I think he is incredible. I think he is comfortable in every aspect of what you want our forwards to do in the system. He is good at holding up the ball. He's good at keeping the ball. He's good at getting into positions to score goals. And I think he needed that goal because our last 2 wins, 4 goals, he's been involved in all of them. The pass for Firpo yesterday as well, that was a good pass. And then that put in Piroe. Last game he's been involved in both goals. I think he's massive for us now. And he's sort of taken on that challenge and he's now scoring. I think he's going to score a few goals this year. I really do.
Be a massive confidence boost for him to get that goal. You saw what it meant to him. And you saw Gruev afterwards saying, I told you you'd score. I told you you'd score. So now that confidence is only going to, kick him off. It's just a shame it's come before the international break.
Prime Bamford was COVID Bamford, man. Wow.
Yes.
And no one was watching him.
Yeah. Joseph, honestly, I got a feeling he's going to be like that. So.
Yeah, I think that Bamford, I think he's done now. We know what what it's like on our opinions with Bamford. No one's right or wrong, but I do think he can't be injured all the time. And I don't think bringing Bamford on would hinder Mateo, I think, personally. Even if he's knackered, I think he wants to run himself into the ground for the club. But Joseph, I think that's lift off for him now. For Joseph, I fully believe in the guy, the kid. And I think Farke's, in hindsight, had maybe handled him well.
It's a great goal to score as well for your first goal. In sort of that game where we needed a goal to get in front of the defender and sort of direct that. It's hard to do, and he's made it look pretty easy, to be fair. So really good goal to score. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Well, I can't take another lockdown zone, mate. Please no. No.
At least Bamford will be good if we go into lockdown. Like the only
That's
thing
true.
He's back.
Yeah.
If he's back, honestly, it's in the physio room.
He's only good when no one can see him. It's like that old, if a tree falls in the wood, did it make a sound?
Yeah.
Should we talk about the actual goal for what? How do you say it, Kev? For
Roberto Carlos.
Yes.
I don't know.
We need to talk about him.
I cannot wax lyrical enough about how that he's gone from being the butt of every joke into being probably consistently our best player for the past 15 to 20 matches, man. I can't get around it, how good he was, how good he's been, assists wise, just everything, the link up play, the lot. He is the man. He is the fullback or wing back that we bought from Barcelona for 15 million quid. That got the move to Barcelona. You can see why. I mean, I know it's the Championship and it's not the Premier League and it's a little bit harder, but he is exactly what we need right now, and he's being that player that we need. And yeah, he's sensational, man.
No player has more Championship assists in 2024 than Junior Firpo, 9.
I know.
That's good, that is.
And you think about Leaf really Davis as well. She's mad.
Yeah.
I know. We always talking about we've got no left backs. The left backs just go be good elsewhere.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree. I think Firpo's passing and his ability to hold onto the ball and link up, fucking really good. Like you say, I think we finally got that player that Barcelona seen when they bought him, because he's been really, really good. I think sometimes we just don't expect that players come here. We're expecting them to be good from the start, and sometimes it takes time to adapt, and you have injuries, and then you're playing in a fucking shit team. Don't go for you. But once the team's settled and there's a bit of growth, you can see him being comfortable and being the player that he was like scouted 4 years ago. So yeah, but still yet to be massively tested as a defender, which he probably won't be in the Championship because we'll dominate most games.
Yeah.
So massively comfortable with him now. surprisingly.
Yeah, I think he's like he went from obviously from villain to hero to villain a lot. Got injured, spent a lot of time. He's been consistently in the team. I'm going to go back to Zane's comment actually in a minute. We'll go back to that, but I just want to put the one that Daniel's put on here. Yeah, I feel like the whole fan base is like with him now. I think, yeah, he's been brilliant. I can't, bad word to say about him at all. Just maybe learn to defend and we'll be fine. It'll be sound.
Is this because he's playing as a wing back rather than a left back?
I think I think it's probably because the system that we're playing is just Junior Firpo's strengths with Ampadu and Gruev dropping back in for him whenever he gets forward. Yeah, I think he's not playing fullback. We know that he's probably playing wing back when he's just sat in front of the other three defenders or the other two, the way that Bogle's playing as well. So, yeah, I think we're getting the best out of him now. It's brilliant.
Let's not forget he could have easily just left. Remember that as soon as we got relegated, Ramazani put that Firpo was leaving Leeds United the next day. But Fab has no loyalty or grace, in my opinion. He just tweets anything if you pay him to. So, and we thought, all right, because most of us were happy that he would go in. We weren't bothered. But now he's an asset for us, and he's got 9 assists this year. And and like you say, he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Keep him fit, he's going to be great. Going back to Luke's tweet, he was the butt of all jokes at one point, but now people are clamoring for him to start. And they see Firpo's name on the team sheet. They go, right, good. That's that sorted then.
Yeah.
But I hope I hope the club are actually talking about giving him a deal, or maybe they've already spoke to him and he says, no, I'm going to leave. But if that's the case, that's why Schmidt's come in. But hopefully he can help us get up, and then we can part ways as friends.
Yeah. Very good though. Very good all. But I think like if he goes, we're gonna need to get 2 new left backs again, aren't we? Because I don't think Borrow will be offered another contract if we go up. Firpo looks like he might shoot off. I need to replace them left backs again, don't we, next year?
We'll be able to get a Roberto Carlos regen by then, because we'll be in the Premier League, won't we? But hopefully. But his assist for Piroe, while we're talking about him, was sublime. It reminded me of when Hernandez put Dallas through. Remember when Dallas was just running at the top of the screen ages away, and Pablo seen him? It was like that. Yeah. Did you think that Piroe were going to miss that shot, Kev?
No, not a chance. No way, man. I knew he was a great finisher. So the minute that was going in, I knew that was a goal. Like even Joe Rodon did. If you watch the replays back, Joe Rodon's already celebrating before he's even took the shot. Yeah, he's a great finisher. I knew that he weren't going to miss that. He's just, as Zane's put, he just always runs like he's wearing jeans. That's so funny. He's running
wet jeans.
Yeah, wet jeans. Yeah, rubbing him, staining his legs. Do once. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone has doubt when you get him in front of goal, do you? Because he can finish, and that's the one thing that he is probably one of the best in the club at. Is putting the ball in the back of the net. He's just had a bit of a shit time of it, hasn't he? Because he's like not really contributing any other way in the game. Which go on, mate.
Well, you know how many times I've said this, that I don't think we've ever once properly give Piroe the tools that he's needed to succeed in this team. I always think that he should be playing up front, possibly even with 2 up front. If he was up front with Joseph, he'd get so many goals playing off Joseph. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, Daniel's just put another comment here as well. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. I think, agree. He's been mishandled, mate. Definitely. And I think, what do you agree with me down here, don't you, Danny, as well about that? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, mate. But here's another stat from Johnny Cooper. Since the start of the 21-22 season, only 5 players, that's 5, have more league goals in England's top 4 tiers than Joe Piroe.
These stats are amazing when it comes to our team, man. Because we're all he's not even doing well, and he's done all right. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a player in there, finisher in there. I mean, while he's playing for Swansea, because the teams were obviously a little bit more level, and there weren't as many low blocks against Swansea because they thought they could beat them. He was getting a lot more space. So yeah, I think Joel Piroe has got a very, very big season ahead of him. And we've mentioned before that he's took the number 10 shirt, so he's actually proper backed himself to have a good season this year. Yeah, I mean, great finish. I still think he's got a lot of football to play in this team, especially this year as well. And I don't see him starting over Joseph, but I see he might start some of the games in the 10 when, I mean, that's not where we should be playing him, in my opinion. But
the two totally different profiles of striker for me.
Yeah.
Like Joseph case in point, Joseph's first goal. That's his bread and butter. He's always cutting to the front post to get ahead of the defender and getting a nick to it, and it goes in. That was his textbook Joseph. He's been doing it for months. Last season he did it when he came on at some points.
Yeah.
Piroe, he can strike a ball. He's not this sprint, because how many times have we seen Piroe where the ball's gone in front of him and he's nowhere near there? He don't have the pace. Piroe is a good finisher. He's got good feet. He can put it away easily, but he's not. The two different profiles of striker. Maybe a target man at some. You know what I mean?
We've all said about Piroe though. Like, we don't doubt that he's got ability to play in a team and be successful in a team. It's just our system, and that you can say what you want about we're not playing him in his best position. Managers don't change their systems for players. They don't do it, especially the top ones. They don't do it. You're probably fine with Piroe. He'll be brought on at times when we've scored a goal maybe, and then they're pushing out, so he'll have a bit more space up there so we can kill teams off. But I don't see him as a starter for us, because just by the way we play. He probably will start sometimes when we're a bit injury in that, but I don't see him as a starter for us. I don't see him as a starter in this system, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's a system that doesn't suit Piroe. It's not Piroe doesn't suit Leeds. Piroe's a good player. I just feel like our system does not suit him. I think what you mentioned there, managers don't change their system. I think when it comes to that, I've only ever seen one manager change a system for a striker, and that was Pep Guardiola, and that was for Erling Haaland. You know, and that's Erling Haaland.
Wow.
But yeah,
Two hat-tricks.
Yeah. The thing is, Daniel's this one here. If Joel Piroe left Leeds, like, you know, when there was that rumor that he might go Sheffield United part of the deal, I reckon we'd regret it massively, because he'd probably score loads of goals. That's what I get with Joel. I feel like if he doesn't play for Leeds, he's going to go off somewhere else and score loads. And this is why, it's proper. It's just weird, isn't it? I don't even know what to say about it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I think we'll probably rue the day we got rid of Piroe, because it's, let's face it, last year we had a bit of an embarrassment of riches, because we had the top assister and the top. Was Rutter the top assister, or one of? Should we say?
Yeah, one of.
Created the most big chances, didn't he?
Yeah. And then you had Somerville as well, and you had Dan James, who got 12 or 13, and it were great stuff. But I've got a bit of a quiz for you, right? Quickly, right? Manor Solomon is the first Leeds United player to assist a goal on debut for the club since somebody assisted Liam Cooper's goal in Marcelo Bielsa's game in charge against Stoke. Who was that player, do you think?
Hernandez. Oh, no.
Alioski, Hernandez. Let's have a look in the chat. Does anyone know who assisted Liam Cooper against Stoke?
In Bielsa's first game, debut goal.
It was a corner, weren't it?
Please don't say it was Mad Barry Douglas, man.
It was Barry Douglas, man.
Yeah, Barry Douglas, yeah. I was thinking.
Do you remember
the first game?
Yeah, that was we bought Barry Douglas. We thought we'd bought the best left back in the league, didn't we? As well, he was, because Wolves didn't want to sell him.
Yeah, we bought him for £5 million. He was in middle of celebrating getting promoted. No, you're going back to Championship, mate. And we were all buzzing. And it's like, he didn't score one fucking free kick. He were banging him in for Wolves, wasn't it?
Same with Jed Spence, weren't it? When we got him, we were like, oh my God, fullbacks, yay. We just don't have luck with them, do we?
No. We seem to have this good relationship with Tottenham at the minute, don't we? Maybe we'll get someone off loan in there in January as well.
Oh, we did give him our star player. So.
Yeah.
Pricks.
What you on about, Willem Korsten?
That's exactly what I'm about.
Yeah, you want about Willem Korsten.
Or curtain chops.
Yeah.
Did Robbie Keane go there for a month?
Nah, who did we sell Robbie Keane to? It was Tottenham, wasn't it?
It was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Into Milan after he left Coventry.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it went.
Why did he leave Coventry, James? Why did he leave Coventry and go to Inter Milan?
What didn't he? When he sleeping with some gangster's wife or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, that's the rumor around the old Coventry. Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly. Yeah.
What else? Any other players stand out to you? We spoke about Aronson, Tanaka, the new boys. Strike is going under the radar, I think, a bit.
Yeah,
Someone said in the comments.
Solid.
Yeah, solid. Just absolutely solid. To be fair, he was coming out with the ball a lot in that second half, running down like as if he was a left back as well.
Yeah, they're both of them. Both of them are playing that ball into the forwards as well. Both Stroke and Roden. Roden's got a bit bad, but Stroke's looking good doing that as well.
Here's one for you then. Melier's hospital pass to Ampadu.
I don't blame him for that. Don't blame him at all.
I want to stay off the Pez hate today, mate. Yeah, because
no,
I don't.
It's not hate. It's not hate. It's constructive criticism.
We've seen him this year just lump the ball when he gets stuck. When he's being pressured, we've seen him do it. So that point there, I think he's being encouraged. Like keep the ball, keep the ball, keep the ball. I think it was mentioned on another podcast. It might have been Square Ball where Ampadu's telling him, "Be calm, and then he's got two players running at him. He's like, what? So he plays that pass. I don't blame him because he's obviously being encouraged to do it. And I think on the whole, he's been better at taking the ball at his feet and distributing it. So when a mistake is made, he gets highlighted massively for it. But I don't blame him for that. I think it's one of them things. You high risk, high reward, as they say, isn't it? So
yeah. He did make a good save against that Bedio or whatever in the first half. Good strong hand. Anything else before we finish up then?
I just want to say to Zane, I'm one of those people, mate, that have been complaining about Bogle defensively, but well, we've kept 3 clean sheets. And what do I know about football? I'm a man sat in a box room doing a podcast with some lads. So yeah, I don't really know much, mate. Yeah. No, I'm happy. Very happy.
So are we definitely happy to say we'll go if we take this first part of the season up until the international that I don't really like, but I probably need it right now to get these new players settled in a bit more. What do you rate it?
No.
Yeah, what do you rate the start of the season?
7.
7.5. Could be better, but it's better than last season. So it's a positive.
And I expect Baggies to be up there as well this year. They look all right, they do, yeah.
I'm going 9. I'm going to 9. A good growth from a little bit of a start that fucked us up a little bit. We've recovered back well, and we've got 3 clean sheets, and all the signings look good. So I'm giving it a 9 start.
I tell you what, Zane, ban it. Kev, ban him, him now. I'm not having that.
Well, look, that means we'd only have 2 people watching if I banned him. I can't do that, mate. You know what I mean?
Touch sore point there. Same.
Don't you dare put him in the same sentence.
Do you remember when Marcelo Bielsa wanted to buy Ivan Toney and we all said no, he was shit? Just want to let everyone know that, by the way. Yeah, I know Bielsa wanted Toney when he was playing for Peterborough. Yeah, and then he went to Brentford.
I wanted Toney, to be fair. I wanted him because we're all linked with him. Yeah. So anything else before we finish up then? Because we've been going nearly an hour.
No, I'm happy with it. I think we've gone through enough in-depth stuff about Leeds players today.
Yeah. Don't forget everyone to like and sub.
Like.
Yes. Yeah. Come and join us again on Friday at Not Another Leeds podcast. We'll have a special guest.
Next Friday. Another special guest. No, it's not Ivan Toney, before you ask. I might try Nonto, see if he fancies it. But no, next Friday.
Idaguchi's coming in.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. See you next week.
Sounds. Speak to us later. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
I ain't ready for this.
I'll do the outro now, everybody. Bye.
What do you do?